The Riverside Scrambler, Oakville, Ontario. It appears there is evidence the Riverside Scrambler has returned to Oakville. A strange being who seems to communicate by leaving rocks with images or letters around certain streets. It is unclear if his message is friendly or a threat. Seers tend to be a mixed bag in terms of what we do about them, even more so when it comes to what they do about us. The really powerful ones, they either come to us if they're aligned with preserving human life, or they work behind the scenes and we never see or hear of them. The weaker ones are often vague and hard to understand. Often, the messages they give us aren't clear until we have the benefit of hindsight. The Riverside Scrambler is one of those seers. The odd man leaves messages by the river about random things. Usually nothing fatal, just occurrences that are going to happen in the nearby area. The locals have learned to check the streets that the Scrambler has been known to frequent. Along with the rivers, there are certain streets and alleyways where he tends to hang out, combing the area at least once or twice a day so they can see what the Scrambler left behind. Pictures are taken of the location his stones are found and the order they were found in. After that, a good chunk of time is spent translating the message into something understandable. It basically becomes a game of who, what, when, where, and how. Who is it going to happen to? What is the prediction, and when is it going to happen? Where is the action going to take place, and how will it occur? Answering these questions will usually get the people of Oakville their answer. Sometimes it's something very minor, like an upcoming trip where someone gets dirty, or a toothache because of a cavity. Occasionally, it's something major, like a car accident or a house fire, maybe even a mugging. The early warning given by the Riverside Scrambler has helped prevent property damage and major injuries. There are really rare occasions though where the Scrambler is blunt with his predictions. When he is, whatever he says must be acted upon immediately. These are the times when the Scrambler sensed something that could cause a major loss of life. Either an abnormal creature is about to go on the hunt, or a natural disaster is about to occur. Oakville residents know that in these cases, a mass evacuation warning needs to be sent out, or for everyone to head to the underground shelters that have been built all over the city. Either leave the area or bunker up to escape the danger. Each time they've heeded the warning in these cases, a tragedy has been prevented. So the people are grateful to the Scrambler. Enough so that they're willing to put up with its odd predictions and quirks. When not an emergency, sometimes the warning that the Scrambler leaves have turned out to be very intricate pranks that it used its precognition to set up. But the people who live in the town are prepared for those days where they may suddenly get a pie in the face or have their pants rip during a public speaking engagement. These little pranks come as part and parcel of saving the future, but they do get people laughing. The laughter is probably very important because the Riverside Scrambler hasn't once been seen eating food or drinking water, nor does it take the offerings that people have left for him, preferring to just nod in gratitude and move on. There must be a reason that it does what it does, but direct communication is not really possible. Talking to it directly never gets a response, but leaving notes or scribbled tiles around its usual haunts often will get a response. A vague one, yes, but still a response. Bear in mind that the seer's responses are usually in the form of predictions. So while the Scrambler is considered a weak seer, it is one with an almost perfect success rate. One other thing of note is that the people of Oakville are very protective of their local seer. When the agency sent field agents to investigate the Scrambler, those agents were met by a very hostile populace. People who really didn't appreciate strangers asking questions about their friend. It took a long time for the agents to convince them that they weren't there to hurt the Riverside Scrambler or to take him away, even if they did look like government suits. It helped that the Scrambler itself made a prediction about the arrival of the agents in question. So they were prepared to hate the agency, but were willing to be rational and listen to us about our purpose. This meant that Oakville is one of the few places where most of the populace were aware of the details of the world that aren't usually revealed to the public. Again, the Scrambler's history of never harming anyone let the agency extend them the benefit of the doubt. Our agents only ask that if one of the major predictions are made about another anomalous creature, that the people contact the agency to take care of it. Talks are ongoing between the agency and Oakville about setting up a potential agency base. In return, the agency will offer protection to the people and ensure that if they need it, financial assistance is given. Needless to say, Oakville has become a prime recruitment pool, especially as future agents and researchers can be groomed from childhood. Future protectors, themselves protected by a whimsical seer.